All right. Well, we're ready for our second stream. I'm still making some minor tweaks to certain settings. Barbara, can I get a volume check from you?
Yep. How do you hear me?
Sounds great.
Cool.
So, oh, you know what I forgot to do is add background music because I was going to do that ahead of time, but then I forgot. Give me a second.
Oh. What kind of music were you thinking?
Just something public domain. That way I can steal it and not worry about like someone going, "Hey, you stole that." It's like, yeah, I know I stole it. That was the whole point.
Well, I had a thought too. You could also have the background noise of like the warp engine.
It's not a bad idea. Let me see if I can get a hold of that.
That's definitely on YouTube. I know it's on YouTube.
Yeah. All right. Now that I have that. That is not the TARDIS. And also, wait, who is that? Is that Danny from the living room? You're using the wrong account. All right. Yeah, no, I'm sure this is me. Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, I believe that definitely.
You're talking to yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. Let me try introducing that background noise. I'm not sure that's coming across. Oh, hey, that's coming across rather loud. That's not working like how I wanted it to. All right, let's turn that back off. All right, let's. Wait, nope. Hold on. Okay, wait, where is this noise coming from here? No. What? Oh, no, that's not it. I've got an extra source. Where is this coming from here? Oh, I can hear myself. No. Hold on. Oh. Do you have it playing on your side? I've got an extra source.
I did for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's closed now.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out where the Star Trek or the engine sounds are coming from because I thought I turned all of those off.
Oh.
Because, yeah, hold on. This is rather irritating. Where is it? Okay, that's there. Where? I've just got engine sounds going crazy and no idea where the hell they're coming from
no.
right now. Let me make sure.
Is it coming from like a browser tab or something?
I think so, but I think it's coming from an OBS tab that no longer exists, and so I can't disable it anymore.
Oh, jeez.
This is.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see here. Browser. Let me re-add this. Transition. Properties. Delete. Yep, let's just do that. Okay. I've turned that off. Oh, lovely. And let me make sure I've got this set up correctly. Properties on this one, device. Okay, this is just streaming everything it hears. That's kind of an annoyance. That's okay. I can work around it.
I don't do that.
So what we're going to do is a little bit too loud. Oh, I think it's coming across the right way now.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we've got sounds from. Let me just. Yeah, perfect. Okay. There we go. So, technical explorations. Yeah, I'm definitely not Chief O'Brien. Yes, you did meet that cat.
Jitsia, I can hear her meowing.
Small tweak.
Did you want to come back in? Oh my goodness, cat. No, she walked away. Okay. All right, she's back in the room with me, so we'll see how much disruption she can make here.
I mean, this isn't work, so she can disrupt as much as she wants.
Oh, this is true.
That's half the problem. Okay. There we go.
Yes, this cat is a real cat. She is the cattest of cats.
This is not working.
Oh, Brian, did you change the blurb? Because Raffle Iron Chef says it still says Scientology.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah, let me fix that. There we go. At least it's somewhat changed. We can figure out exactly what we want to make it in here in a minute.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, that did not work correctly. Okay. Why is this misbehaving so much?
Wait, what happened?
Just the image location. I'm trying to put something in a specific location, and it keeps like ignoring what I tell it to do.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, you disappeared.
Oh, there we go. Okay. That's most of the way there. Okay, I think it's lined up. Let's see here. Yeah, we're good 12 minutes in, and we spent most of the time trying to troubleshoot issues that I created myself by just trying to set this up 5 minutes before the stream.
You guys had technical issues yesterday too, right?
Some minor ones, but, you know, we were able to get it sorted eventually.
Raffle Iron Chef, I am well. Thank you. Nice, lazy Sunday.
That's always the ideal.
Yes. And you pooped so much when you got back to Florida. Hope that's a good thing.
I'm assuming it is. But you know what they say, assumptions make an ass out of you and mumptions. I think that's right.
Oh no, I hope you didn't get it.
Oh no. I don't think that's a symptom of COVID as far as I know. Light him if you got
Yeah,
him.
not changing the color.
Yeah. Like not having pleasant ones, sure, I can understand that, but orange, it seems like
Yeah.
more of a thing to be very concerned about. Okay. Do I have voice meter? I don't have voice meter installed. I'm going to install that while we get started. Oh, okay. No, that's not bad. Okay. Oh, Lord. Someone is impersonating me online.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah. That's a weird bit of distortion coming through from yours. I wonder why that is. I'll have to take a look at that. Yes. All right. Oh, I lost some sound. I'm not sure why I lost some sound, but I think everything is still streaming at the moment.
You dropped it out a lot.
I just can't hear anything anymore. Hold on.
You sound better now, but I could barely hear you for a second there.
Yep, that's why. Switch to. Oh, I'm trying to set the default. Why aren't you working? There we go. Okay. Yes, it's the vacuum of space making the. Wait, what? All right. Of course, I've patched up all the air holes on the ship. Like that's the first thing you do, right? I'm assuming. All right, let me cycle this back to here. Oh, that's weird. Can you hear me? Okay, we just lost some audio. Let me figure out why that is. I think we just lost your audio. Let me figure out why. Audio, like I can hear you, but I don't think anyone else can. Give me a second. Like they can hear me, I'm pretty sure, but now like, wait, what did he do now? And honestly, I'm not sure yet. Oh, I need to exit out. I'll be right back. I need to close Mumble and then start back up. Okay. Audio output. Go to voice meter. Yes. And let me see here. Mumble's going out. I just need to change this to use. Okay. Can you try talking?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think everyone can hear you now.
Great. Hopefully everybody else can.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the audio mixer output, and it looks like everyone should be able to hear you. That is DS9. It's the back. It's one of the stations. It's engineering station, I believe. Is that correct, Barbara?
I think so. I was trying to decide if that was like engineering or like ops.
Yeah,
or...
I'm vaguely sure that that's engineering station. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a DS9. I know
Yeah.
that.
All right. Now that I've got that, let me see if I can add the warp drive sounds back in.
Is that what started all this?
That's part of it, definitely. Okay, adding the warp drive sounds back in did not work as expected. But I think that's because I turned them off here. Is that working? I don't think it's working. I swear I'm competent, I promise. Why isn't this easy to find? Okay, Chrome should be going to voice meter. I don't know why it isn't. It says voice, says it's not. Maybe it is. I had this working for a second. Then I broke everything immediately because that's kind of my thing. Let's see here. Let's transition this to go to B2. Take that off of B1 and A1. Actually, leave that on A1. Output goes to 3. Copy this, close everything. All right, let's try this now. Okay, I'm hearing it. So I've got partway working now.
That's good.
Audio output capture, warp. Pull it in from VIO 3. Is that where I pointed it to? No, I pointed to. There we go. Transition and warp sounds are way too loud. Let's bring those down. Okay, we should have engine sounds and such, and both of our audios separated.
Hopefully.
Let's see what everyone says.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't hear the stream itself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just. Yes, MK Ultra, Rafa and Chef got back like a week ago. Like, I think we were pretty much the last people that Rafa got to see before heading home. Okay, perfect.
Yay.
So yeah, we've got a lot of rumble, some instrument noises. Just bring that down a little bit. Perfect. Okay.
Yay.
Thank you, MK Ultra. I literally started setting this up about 10 minutes before, about 5:50, because I don't know how to like do things like correctly and try to like make sure that things are set up ahead of time. That's just not my brand.
Yes, I don't know if we've met, but nice to meet you too. And I guess I am the elusive roommate.
Well, you've met Raffle Iron. They're the one who came visit us.
Right, okay.
It's not strictly Sans Smeegs. Just Smeegs is not front and center. She's in the room. She'll probably end up coming over for a visit. Um, but I think she's currently in the living room with Danny. So, and I'm obviously in Ops, which is not a bad name for this room.
I like it.
Yeah, I think we're going to change the name of this room to Ops.
Yes, let's do that.
Yes, Danny is sick at the moment. So, yeah, she's guarding Danny, which is definitely very effective and not a weird way to respond to someone being sick at all.
Yes.
So, Star Trek. Now that we're 30 or 25 minutes in, yes, Barbara is vegan. This only rarely comes up, and it's usually like, "Hey, do you want to get some food? Like, order some food in?" And Barbara goes, "They don't have vegan options, so no thanks, but thanks all the same."
Yeah.
Yes, this is a Star Trek stream, Ruffle. Like it really honestly only comes up when it's like, do you want to like, do you want this food? No, it's not vegan. That's about it. Which is very extremely non-judgmental. Second only, or excuse me, my past roommate was also vegan and also very non-judgmental. Not quite to the degree that Barbara is not judgmental. Like there's still a little bit of like a, you should go vegan. And I go, I know, and then that's it. Like Barbara doesn't even do that.
No.
So
No. Like I said, I've learned that people don't like being told that.
yeah, it's just not effective. Especially like
No.
if you want someone to go vegan, that is the opposite of the way to actually accomplish it.
Right. Yes, people have to want it themselves.
Yeah. All right. Small shift. I need to do some more work on the lighting and such because I only put this green screen up literally about. I started putting the green screen up. I think it's 5:45 because I was like, you know what, I could use the green screen for this. So, I think we're going to start off by discussing, addressing MK Ultra. I think we're going to start off by discussing the newest episode of Prodigy, which I expect a lot of you, even the biggest Star Trek nerds, probably have not been watching simply because it's targeted towards kids, which is, yes, but also no. Um, like the plot stuff and all that is obviously very directed towards kids, but it's still extremely good, and I still strongly recommend it. It's just not quite as blatant about ideas as perhaps some Star Trek shows are.
Yeah, there's definitely elements of Prodigy that appeal to adults as well. So,
Yeah, it's just going to be personal preference.
yeah.
The latest one, I guess we should probably give a so spoiler warning for latest season of first season of Prodigy. Obviously, since we're going to be talking about it, is everyone okay with either A, getting it spoiled because they're not going to watch it, or B, oh, Barbara, I'm hearing a lot of like stuff rubbing around against each other right now.
Oh, I think the microphone was on my sweatshirt. Is that
Ah,
better?
yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay.
Uh, Hot take: Riker should have been chemically castrated at the start of his Starfleet career. I mean, it's. I have problems with chemical castration, but the rest of that statement I can't disagree with. If anyone should have been, yes.
Yes.
But yeah, so Prodigy takes place in the Delta Quadrant. For those of you who aren't aware, and it takes place aboard the USS Protostar, which is a NX class ship, or not NX class, but an NX ship. Obviously, NX class only refers to the original Enterprise from the series Star Trek Enterprise and its sister ship, the Columbia. That's the NX class, but it's an NX ship, so it's an experimental ship. Also, I'm getting keyboard sounds from you, Barbara.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Hold on, I can turn up the noise gate some because your vocals are fairly consistent. Let's see here. I'll just put this up to 20 and put this up to 30. That should keep any non-speech out.
Okay.
Is Prodigy considered canon? I believe it is considered 100% canon. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are going to be certain things which you should like look at and go like, ignore it a little bit. But I mean, that's true of every Star Trek series. Like, there's things that end up not being perfectly canon in all of them. But yeah, it's considered canon. More so, at least, than the original animated series. Like, I know that the animated series, at least for a period, was not considered canon. But Prodigy, as far as I know, is considered fully canon. If it's canon, then it is possible it takes place on a holodeck. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the frustrating thing about Enterprise is, like, did all of it take place on the holodeck, or was it just that last episode?
Right. Was that ever established? Either way?
No, and here's the biggest problem with that. We never saw Chef until that last episode.
Right.
When Riker is playing Chef in the holodeck program.
Right.
So there's no way to know whether or not, in fact, that was all the holodeck or not. And, or like, was this a holodeck program overall? Thanks, Berman. I think that was Berman's fault. Hold on, I just noticed we're dropping some frames. Let me switch over to Violin and turn off some services.
Rough Islander Chef says, yeah, how come no one ever freaks out over that? I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, they did a lot. Like, I'm still talking about it, and it's been how long? Like, there are a lot of angry people about. There are a lot of people are angry about that, and in my opinion, for good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, the podcast I listen to, it comes up pretty often.
Yeah, it was just a really bad decision overall, because it kind of threw everything into, you know, what actually happened. Who the hell knows? We never actually established that because we're kind of assholes about that. Thanks, guys. Yeah. I just realized that we were going to be watching Battlefield. Hold on.
Oh, you mean the characters in the show? Did they not freak out? I guess they didn't.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, they, like, that was a big kind of issue, is, like, up until Discovery, anytime, like, someone went through some really traumatic shit on the show, they're just kind of like, next episode, everything's fine, probably. Everyone smile, it's okay. Which was not great.
No. I mean, that's episodic TV for you.
Yeah. I just kind of wish they hadn't done that. Okay, looks like Battlefield Earth is good. The Riff Tracks version, which is what we're watching at the 9 o'clock. Is it 9 o'clock? Oh shit guy, or oh crap guy. The person is pretending to be oh crap guy. What time is the movie stream? I just imagine space was this magical place that undoes my childhood trauma. Yeah, apparently. and I think that's really what everyone is angry about Discovery for, is because they decided to make it so that space doesn't magically undo all your trauma, and that's why everyone's mad at women. I think that's right. I think I'm understanding the complaints about Discovery correctly. Yes. Okay. 9 o'clock. Good. Okay. Yeah. I just made sure that Battlefield Earth was ready to go. The rift tracks. Okay. Cool. I'm definitely very responsible. Yeah, that's me always saying my name every time I do something. Definitely always on my account. I mean, it's reasonable for me to do that when I'm talking on Blue Lizard Guts account, but yeah, definitely. That's entirely reasonable and believable behavior coming from me. Speaking of things, I just realized I have been looking at the wrong chat data. There we go. Okay. Oh, better stop that before it causes some problems. Someone's really enjoying themselves right now. Yeah. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, done. Yeah, doubling down on a joke. That is definitely a classic Brian move. Yeah. Very funny atomic elbow. You know, I can still see everything that's happening on the stream, right? um, but yeah, Prodigy takes place in the Delta Quadrant on the USS Protostar, which is a NX experimental ship, and it has experimental warp drive. And it was originally captained by Chakotay, and I don't think they've ever fully stated it 100%. But either the holodeck assistant or literally actually Janeway was on the Protostar with Captain Chakotay. Um, and I'm trying to remember if in that episode whether or not they show the pips, because it's a holographic projection. So even if it's it's entirely possible you can't actually see the pips on their collar.
I did not look.
Yeah.
Now I'll have to look.
Yeah, and like Janeway in for the rest of the show is there as a holographic character. Um, and so, but it's possible that the Janeway in the holographic recording is the actual Janeway, not the holographic assistant. Hard to be 100% sure on that. Right. But yeah, so they're in the Delta Quadrant, and then this ragtag team of nobodies finds the Protostar, which had been abandoned or something similar, on an asteroid after being attacked by the big bad's assistant. And from that point forward, they are. Where was I? I lost track of what I was talking about.
The ragtag team of kids.
The ragtag team of kids finds the ship, escapes, and they're on the run. And so they're learning a lot about how to work together. And they are using Janeway, or Janeway is trying to provide them insight into the Federation's way of doing things, Starfleet's way of doing things, while under the pretense that they are supposedly cadets that don't wear Star Trek uniforms and don't know anything about Starfleet somehow, which is utterly bizarre. But sure, yeah, whatever.
Well, that was the ruse they started going with. It's like, oh yeah, we're cadets.
Yeah, I don't think that a holographic person is going to like go, oh, you're cadets that don't know anything about Starfleet. Sure, yeah, I believe you. Not even a holographic character is going to like not pick up on that. Like, I'm sure the doctor would have noticed,
Right.
and I'm guessing that the holographic Janeway is at least somewhat based on the Doctor, because the Doctor is obviously this extremely well-grown program that is sentient, etc. So I personally think Janeway was going along with the whole thing, going like, yeah, okay, sure, cadets, whatever, uh, and like just like, yeah, I'm gonna help you. Yeah, not that Doctor though. Technically, same actor, same base program, but I'm a doctor, not a doorstep, was on the Enterprise E, where the same Mark 1 EMH was in use, but the doctor with all the additional programming and growth, etc., was only on Voyager. So slightly different. Do I think all the AIs are built off each other? No, no, not necessarily. What I mean is like once they have the understanding of how something works and they figure out, oh, okay, if we do this, we can accomplish more things, etc. That's when they start like reusing the capabilities that they have discovered in other AIs. So, one example of that I personally think is probably actually correct is the singer, what's his name, on DS9, holographic character.
Vic Fontaine?
Vic Fontaine, thank you. Vic Fontaine shows up season 6 of DS9, which is not long after, chronologically, if I remember correctly, when the EMH from Voyager ends up like getting back to the Alpha Quadrant, because there's the episode with him and Andy Dick on the USS, the one with the multi-vector attack formation.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. I don't remember the name right now.
But yeah, so EMH goes back to Alpha Quadrant, gets in contact with Starfleet, and they're obviously going to have some information about how his program works. Lo and behold, shortly after, Vic Fontaine shows up on DS9 from Julian's friend who works at Jupiter Station, aka Zimmerman. Pretty sure it's Zimmerman. Like, if you think about Zimmerman and Julian, like, yeah, they'd get along in a weird way eventually.
I, yeah, that sounds about right.
Like, not immediately, but eventually.
No,
Especially like after he got like everything got found out that he was like genetically engineered.
genetically enhanced.
Yeah, genetically enhanced. Um, so like that's how they met each other. And he works at Jupiter Station. We already know that for a fact. And he's got a friend at Jupiter Station. Who else would he know at Jupiter Station except for this one person? And it's not like Zimmerman actually got him like in trouble. Like Zimmerman didn't do anything. It was just an accident that happened. So I suspect they probably ended up like becoming pen pals, etc. And so after Zimmerman got a hold of the at least the schematics or whatever, the overlaying program structure for the Voyager AMH, he was able to figure out, oh, this is how I make a AI that's actually sentient. I'm going to make another one as an experiment, and that's how he created Vic Fontaine. So that's my headcanon as to where Vic Fontaine comes from.
I never thought about that actually.
And I think that everything lays out perfectly. Like, I think that it's not too far of a jump. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any problems with it. And if you think about the people involved, it's like, yeah, okay, it kind of makes sense. Like,
I
everyone
mean,
knows each other.
oh, totally. I mean, yeah, it definitely would make sense. I just have to go back and watch when Vic Fontaine was introduced and, kind of see what the timeline falls with that.
Yeah, I don't know if they have the exact start dates on those exact episodes, but like you can look for the start dates around the area and see.
Yeah. Um, Going back, crap guy, quote unquote, oh crap guy asks, was Tig Notaro involved? Not with uh Prodigy.
Mm.
Yeah, Nick Tig was just in Discovery and on and off.
Yeah, like recurring character.
Yeah.
Yes, gummy sour worms. Ralph Ironchef said, I think data's existence is evidence they don't truly understand AI. No, they don't truly understand it. They can't just, like, do whatever they want with it. But they can figure out, like, if we do this specific thing, then we get sentience.
Right, like just a bare minimum to get sentience.
Right. And you can't control it. You can't figure out, like, what kind of sentient being it's going to be. But, you can start things up in a certain way.
Right.
So, but I think pretty sure I can actually look up the exact date for star dates for that. Star dates. Let's see here. Julian Bashir found out genetically modified. There we go. Dr. Bashir, I presume. Perfect. 516. And let's see here. Do they actually say the star date on it? Not on that one in particular, but they do say the episode before 50564.1. So now let's look up because none of these episodes are like particularly formative episodes, so I usually don't remember the names.
Yeah.
Andy Dix, Voyager, Message in a Bottle. That's correct.
That sounds right.
And in universe date 51462. So a little bit after, but not that much after.
Okay.
Which is in 6374. Okay. And that's the year after Julian meets Zimmerman.
Okay.
And let's see here. Then we're looking for first episode with Vic Fontaine. Activation date 2374. Let's figure out the very first episode with him. Appearances His Way, season 6. Non-specified in universe date, but we can look and see what it is for that particular season approximately. His Way 51721.3 is In the Pale Moonlight right before. And that is, let's see here, shortly after, but after Message in a Bottle. So yeah, everything lines up.
All right. Well, that works.
We've definitely solved a question that no one had asked, which is by far the most Star Trek nerd shit ever.
I was just gonna say that'd be on brand for any Star Trek nerd.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, I mean that actually is just something I would say in response to sports. So like that's definitely on brand. So Prodigy. So the latest episode has them. They find out that. Speaking of Star Trek nerds, Barbara, you seem like you had friends growing up. How come Star Trek?
I had some friends, and a fair number of them were also Star Trek nerds. So like, it worked out. Not all of them. There were a handful that like would roll their eyes whenever the other ones of us were talking about Star Trek. So
Yeah. So, Prodigy, latest episode. They find out from the big bad that he is threatening to kill a bunch of innocent people that they know of, that they actually know personally, unless they bring the protostar back to him, so that he can do unspecified thing with it. And
I still don't.
they're really writing the what is his motivation thing. We're not going to tell you for many, many, many episodes because this is really irritating thing. It's getting on my nerves a little bit. So, almost dropped all my cables. So they decide, okay, we're going to go back because he's saying, bring me the protostar, and I'll let all your friends live. And they don't trust him because they're right not to trust him because he's a liar. And so they go back and they hatch this brilliant plan to trick him into like falling for their plan. Their plan is basically, sure, we'll give you this shit, but it's not going to contain the warp drive, dumbass. My grandfather's hammer. Yes, thank you, Atomic Elbow. Oh, you know what? Actually, that gives me an idea for a poll because I want to know everyone's ideas on this. Oh, no, that's not how that works. So, I want to know which Star Trek movie everyone thinks is worse than Galaxy Quest.
Trying to remember Galaxy Quest.
Oh, if you haven't seen it in a while, you should go back and watch it. It's really good.
I do remember enjoying it a lot.
So, I think we're going to want to. What's the one where they save the whales? That's 4.
4.
That's Voyage Home.
Yes.
What? Okay, obviously 4 is everyone loves 4. Everyone loves Wrath of Khan. Like, we're not gonna like throw those in there. It's like clearly Voyage Home. Yep. We're not gonna throw those in here. We know those is better than the Galaxy Quest. Those are just the best Star Trek films.
Yes.
First Contact. It's like it's not a hard decision. We're like that one's really far up there.
Yes.
Motion picture, definitely worse than Galaxy Quest. We don't even need to put that on there. It's unnecessary.
I would agree.
Yeah. So we've taken out 4 of them. Let me pull up a. Oh, that's a calculator. Let me pull up a notepad, and we are going to figure out which ones we're going to bother asking, which ones we're not. So 1, screw it, we're not going to ask. 2 and 4, we're not going to ask because those are definitely better. 5, I think it might be.
Yeah, I would put that in there.
Okay. What about 3? 3 is Search for Spock.
Right. Maybe. I mean, I think it tends to shade more towards better than the rest.
Yeah, but it's definitely like maybe like it's definitely better than a lot of them, but it's possible.
Yeah.
6, Undiscovered Country. What about Undiscovered Country? Like, I think Undiscovered Country is one of the best, but I know that's not a well shared opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's debatable depending on who you ask.
Okay. So we'll leave that one in. Okay, a lot. MK Ultra and Raw Iron Chef are about to have a fight. Compared to Galaxy Quest, yeah. Okay, we'll keep 6 in there. And okay, so that's out of the original ones. I think let's ignore the Kelvin timeline for right now. Because like Galaxy Quest is classic Star Trek. That's its feel. It's not supposed to like. It's not supposed to take in the Kelvin timeline films because those are action movies and Star Trek's not an action movie.
Wait, did you put anything about 5?
Yeah, I was going to include 5 in the poll.
I was gonna say because that one's very debatable.
Yeah, it's got one of the best lines in the Star Trek films, which is, "What does God need with a starship?"
Yes.
But aside from that,
Yeah.
uh, Ralph Iron says Ralph Iron Chef. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're having a fight in there.
Yes, I agree. First Contact was great.
Ralph Iron Chef, Star Trek is by definition overly political in a dumb way. that's that's Star Trek.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's go back to Voyage Home. Okay. Uh, I love the fact that Star Trek was very blatant about like we should stop killing species off because bad things will happen.
Not bonk bonk on the head at all.
No, not all. It was definitely wasn't like screaming at the audience. And yeah, by the way, it's interesting that C6 on there because yeah, it's like one is just 100% guaranteed. It's like it's one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
Galaxy. Okay. Okay, look, the way I'm looking at the chat is I'm looking at the stream to look at the chat, and I only have the chat up as a secondary window to read backwards. So I just missed your comment, Brian. Galaxy Quest is somewhere between original and next gen in terms of vibe. Look, I am having a Star Trek insight. Yes, very good. I'm very happy for you, Brian. Uh, Raw Fire Chef says, please look in the same direction every time to read chat or it ruins my immersion. I... Fine. Yes, you are very smart. Okay, so we know the three that we're going to put into the poll for Starship. Oh my god. You're all the worst. So we know which three we're going to put in for the original. Sexology? Is that the word for sex? I'm not sure what it is. Like trilogy, septology. I'm not sure what it is. Sexology, but I think that's just a study of sex, like as a discipline. I'm lost.
Yeah. I don't know.
But next generation films. So out of those four, we're obviously going to leave off 8. But what about Generations?
I was gonna say I would probably put that in the mix.
Okay. So then we can only have 5 questions on the poll. So the question is then, do we include Nemesis or wait,
Insurrection.
Insurrection. I want to say Nemesis just because it's so widely hated.
Yeah. Definitely put Nemesis over Insurrection.
Okay. So in that case, we have Search for Spock. We have hold on. Final Frontier. If I could spell. Undiscovered Country. Nemesis and Search for Spock are basically the same movie, though. What? Sorry, what? Hey, you realize that, like, Nemesis, they kill off a major character, and Search for Spock, they resurrect one. Like, in terms of overall plot structure, they're almost exact opposites. Let's see here. They've got. Yeah, I mean, I can see some of the structural similarities. Yes, you're very welcome, Ralph Iron Chef. Can you remind me who's playing the captain in each of these? I don't know every movie. Okay, so we'll give a brief plot summary for each one. So, 3, Search for Spock. This is starring the original crew. So the captain in this is going to be James T. Kirk, played by William Shatner. And what they are doing is Spock has died in the most recent movie by saving the ship from a warp core breach, and they have realized that his body has actually been resurrected by the Genesis planet, and his mind is still alive inside the brain of Dr. McCoy. So they're going to go try to find uh, the body of Spock and put his mind back in it, and then they have Spock back. So that's Star Trek 3. Star Trek 5. Spock's brother, who has never been mentioned up until this point, technically half brother, has been building a cult on a planet on the worst planet that anyone could find, because Romulans, Klingons, and humans went, let's all create a planet where everyone has freedom and no guns, and it'll be the best place ever. Who wants to give up a planet? And everyone went, let's pick the worst planet we can find, because none of us wants to give up a whole good planet for this. Like, okay, cool. We're going to make the best planet ever out of the worst planet we can find, and it doesn't go well. So Spock's half brother says, "I'm going to start a cult on this planet," and everyone's like, "Look, we don't care. We don't care about this planet," and they let him start a cult there. And then representatives from the Federation, the Romulans, and the Klingons show up to have a little meeting and do a little drinky time. And then he shows up and goes, "Hey, you want to join my cult?" And they go, "Not really." He goes, "You want to join my cult?" And they go, "Yeah." And then the Enterprise is sent to go figure out what the hell is going on. And like Spock sees his half brother as the person who's running this cult and goes, "Oh, okay, that explains things." And Kirk's like, "Explains what?" "Oh, just like that explains how he's able to do it." "Do you know him?" "Of course I know him. He's my half brother." "Could have mentioned that, couldn't you, Spock?" And it's like, didn't seem relevant. It's like, your brother starting a cult and taking over planet didn't seem relevant? Well, no. So they get there, and he's like, "Look, all I want is for you to take me to the center of the galaxy so I can make God." They went, "Why is God at the center of the galaxy?" "Because reasons." "Oh, okay, cool. That makes perfect sense. What are you going to do about your cult?" "Oh, they're all free to go." "Yeah, but you started a cult. Like, they all follow you. Like, you're the leader of a whole religion now. Like, what are they all going to do when you leave?" "Plot, go." And so they leave the cult alone on the planet and never go back to that. They never cover what happened. And so I would assume the cult just continued to evolve. We'll probably meet up with them at some point in Discovery. And so they go to meet God, and he's like, "See, I told you God was here." God's like, "Hey, I'm power hungry and want to kill people. Can you please let me on your ship so I can escape and kill a lot of people?" And Kirk's response is, "If you're God, why do you need a starship?" And the guy goes, "Because fuck you, that's why." And they say, "Okay, fire all the photon torpedoes at the planet." "Wait, why?" "Because God's evil." "Wait, God is evil?" "Okay, this God is evil." "Is this a God or not?" "Shut up, fire the photon torpedoes, damn it." And in the process, Spock's brother goes, "Hey, I'm going to kill myself." And they go, "Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever." And that's Star Trek 5. Star Trek 6 is politics, 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 assassination, politics, politics. Klingon blood looks like Pepto-Bismol, politics. Shakespeare was a Klingon, politics, politics. It's over.
Yep, sounds about right.
And by far the best line out of that movie is just, you have to read Star Trek in its original Klingon, which is perfect. Sounds like the Roman Empire. No, not really. Like, a lot of the actual underlying point of that is that Kirk has a lot of hatred of Klingons, which is like racism, because racism bad.
Well, they tried to frame it in like he wants revenge because the Klingons killed his son or whatever.
Right, but like the
point is that he's holding on to this hatred of an entire race because of something one Klingon did, and the fact that like he's been like Starfleet's been at war with him for a while,
Right.
so he just won't let go of it. So that's kind of I don't know if y'all can hear Smeagol.
She's helping the sirens. I love it.
Yeah, it's space racism, spacism. And then, of course, like the point of the entire thing is that, god damn it, Rough Iron Chef. You and your goddamn puns. I appreciate them so much. So, after this, like Kirk realizes, okay, racism bad. I should like not blame all Klingons for the actions of one person. And everyone goes like, yeah, no shit. That's the point of this entire movie. Were you not paying attention? And he goes, stop breaking the fourth wall. So that's Star Trek 6. Star Trek. Oh, hold on. I forgot to write down which one we were doing. We were doing Nemesis. Okay. Star Trek 7 Genesis is the one with both Kirk and Picard, because it's the first Picard movie and last Kirk movie. Kirk gets stuck in the time vortex for a while. The opium time vortex.
The Nexus.
Yes. And then it's like goes into the opium time vortex, and then Picard's like, hey, one of these people that Kirk saved about 100 years ago is like doing shit and fucking shit up and blowing up stars and killing a lot of people, doing some genocides, and then realizes, hey, or gets sucked into the opium time vortex as well, and goes, hey, I don't like this opium shit. I want like my real life back. And goes and finds Kirk in the opium time vortex and goes, hey, are you enjoying all this opium? He's like, hell yeah, opium is amazing. And he goes, yeah, but what about like actually doing shit with your life? He goes, oh yeah, addiction's bad. I should probably stop doing all this opium. And so they both leave the opium time vortex and go back to prevent the last genocide, but not the genocide before that. Like they just decide like, okay, when he caused that first supernova and killed a whole shit ton of people, that's fine. We're gonna let him do that. But the second time he did that, we have to stop him. Okay, cool. That's maybe should have fixed the first one. Yeah.
Did they establish how many systems they destroyed in the course of that?
I don't think they did, but the point is they only fixed the last one.
The last one, right?
Yeah. You have an opium time vortex that you can just opium your way to any point in time, and you go, yeah, we'll stop the latest one. That's kind of like going, it's like, hey, World War II was bad, and like Hitler killed a lot of Jews. We should probably stop him from killing that last batch. Like, go fix all of them. Stop him on all of them, not just the last one. Kirk. Hold on. We gotta catch up. Kirk is played by Alfie Allen post GOT. What? I'm lost.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Alfie.
Kirk is played by Alfie Allen post. I'm not sure I get the reference. Okay. Alf, not enough Alf Star Trek crossovers in your opinion. Yeah, I agree. We need more Alf. Lily Allen's song about him. I mean, I know the song, but I'm just not sure how it ties. I'm lost. Yeah, I know. Lily Allen's brother played, or Alfie played the kid on, or the asshole ruler on Game of Thrones. I'm missing the Star Trek connection. Okay. Dirty Garden Dragon said, I love time travel, but doesn't it create multiple universes and separate timelines? No, because the plot does not require that this time. It was a very funny joke that you took too long to read, so I had no context. Okay, perfect. I'm surprised she's famous over there. Lily Allen, I think she's really talented, but anyway, so Star Trek 7, they use the opium time vortex to go back and fix the last genocide, but leave all the previous ones alone because And then Kirk dies because he fell. That's it. He fell. That's. Oh no, you fell. And then of course the last one's Star Trek Nemesis. Basically involves it's Picard has a clone made of him by the Romulans, who made it during the beginning, right when like Kirk was just beginning to be like a lieutenant on the Stargazer. So they made the clone then because somehow they thought or knew that he was going to end up being like the captain of the like most important ship. Okay, so not sure why they did that, but apparently they did. And they basically engineered him, requiring him to like suck the life source out of Picard as like a vampire, and eat all his blood, and then he would turn into Picard, and then he would be like running the main ship in the Federation. That was the original plan, but then Romulus went, "Never mind, we're not going to do that. Kill him." Wait, no, don't kill him. Just put him in a mining colony for a while until he dies. Is that the same as killing him? Yeah, but don't actually kill him. And so, because they decided not to kill the guy who was able to fuck up everything for everyone, if they left him alone, he fucked up everything for everyone because they left him alone, and he blew up a large part of the Roman Senate. Basically, he just did a Brutus, and except they didn't have an emperor at that point, but you know what I mean. And after he kills a lot of people, then he's like, "Hey, Federation, I killed a shit ton of the Romulan Senate. You want to come like do peace with me?" And Federation's like, "Shit, you're a murdering psychopath who killed the whole bunch of leaders in your own government. Yeah, we want to do a deal with you. That sounds like that's going to work out great." So they send Picard. Picard gets there and goes, "Hey, that's weird. You look like a human, and also you don't look like how I did when I was your age, because we already know what I look like from watching Tapestry. but we're still going to go with the fact that you're me at a younger age." Keith, let's see here. Let's catch up. God, I hope Brian never becomes a big bad super mega villain because he really understands how logical loopholes work. Yeah, right. Andrew and Brian are discussing who Lily Allen's dad is, and apparently Keith Allen is someone who exists. Good for him. I hope he enjoys existing, and that keeps working out for him. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, the vampire, the little 20-year-old vampire Picard, like, tells Picard, "Hey, I want to, like, help you, like, establish peace." And then, like, goes, "Yeah, and also kill you." Picard goes, "What?" And goes, "I didn't say nothing. Just about how I'm going to kill you." "What?" "Nothing. Not going to do anything. But I am going to mentally assault your Betazoid." "What?" "Nothing." So, yeah, does some fucked up shit to Troy. And then, like, says he's going to use this magic weapon to do bad things to a lot of people. And then Picard says, "No, I gotta stop you." And then he transports over by himself because Picard's the only one who can do that, I guess. Yeah, sure, he's the captain of the ship, but he's definitely the most technically apt person on the entire ship, and therefore the only person who can do it. And then sets everything up to explode, and then Data jumps across the vacuum of space, brings a emergency teleporter with him to beam Picard back to the ship, but for some reason it can't transport both of them at the same time, so Data dies. The end, and everyone's mad because they killed off Data. So those are the 5 Star Trek movies we're voting on. So we're going to put Generations in here and Nemesis. And I would like everyone to vote according to which one they think is closest. Yeah, Picard's opioid family was pretty cute. They were, like, that was fair. Like, it was something that I'm a little surprised he was able to say no to. Like, because they were a pretty decent family, and that's all that he ever wanted. But yeah, that's the thing about the opium time vortex, is it gives you what you want, and you got to say no to it. So yeah, Pick the movie you think is closest to being as good as Galaxy Quest, but not quite. So if you think like Undiscovered Country is like the closest to being as good as Galaxy Quest, but not quite, vote for that. But if you think Undiscovered Country is slightly better than it, go for the next one down. So we're looking for the one that is right below Galaxy Quest. And I'm going to start that poll. And I want to see what everyone thinks. So, in the Matrix, I'm with ignorance is bliss. Yeah, I mean, I understand the ignorance is bliss thing. I get it. It's just, it's not for me. Given any options, there is no all option. There's no all option because I only have 5 spots. I can only put 5 options in. And besides, I'm asking which one is closest. They can't all be closest. That's the opposite of the answer. But yeah, keep just shitting all over the stream, Brian. Well, I've got a couple people who have voted, and it's definitely a strong lead. And honestly, out of them, I'd have to agree. So I'm going to cast my vote. You should be able to vote as well if you haven't yet.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured you'd vote for. It's pretty strong agreement. I'm technically asking which one of these is the best without being better than Galaxy Quest. So if one of them is better than Galaxy Quest, you want the one that's not better than Galaxy Quest. So wherever you put Galaxy Quest in that list, the one under that. It's a very confusing way to phrase it. I know, I apologize. I'm not good at phrasing things. I'm not good with words. I'm not a word person. Nothing is better than Galaxy Quest. Excuse me. Wrath of Khan? Like, Wrath of Khan is amazing. Voyage Home, different thing. Different like vibe, but also amazing. First Contact, incredible. It won't let you vote. This is rigged. Yeah, I know, because I voted. You have to vote on yours. Go into your chat and vote. I did not vote as Blue Lizard Guts. I voted as me. Yeah, damn it. What do you want to vote for anyway?
I was just gonna say, I was like, I'm wondering what Danny will actually pick.
That's funny. I just got a message from an ex that was going to go visit Florida and going to go to the same bar that we always went to. Just like messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I wanted to go to the bar we always went to, but I wanted to let you know I was going to go there. Didn't want to like show up and surprise you." And I'm like, "I live in New York City now. Not
not
gonna be
there.
there. It's fine."
Consider it though.
That's accurate, Rough Iron Chef. This is basically the plot to Nemesis. There are 2 Bryans. Our Twitch polls anonymous. They are, in terms of like, can I see who votes for what? No. If I'm paying attention to exactly what's happening in the chat and I see the vote go up at the exact same time as someone asks something, I can figure it out, but that's about it.
Oh, there was a vote for Undiscovered Country and one for Nemesis. Interesting.
Which is fair. Like, if you think those are the ones that are closest.
Yeah, I can see it.
just send a message. There we go. Okay, so final result on Final Frontier, by a very large margin. 1 vote each for Undiscovered Country and Nemesis, none for Search for Spock, and none for Generations. That doesn't actually tell us which one people think is like best, because it may be that Generations everyone thinks is better than Galaxy Quest, for all we know. It just tells us Final Frontier is the closest without going over. So, what is that? The game show rules. Price is Right. Yeah. Final Frontier. It's boring. It makes no sense. It's so far up on its own ass. It can smell what you'll have for dinner tomorrow. Okay, sure. Yeah, fine. That's an interesting way to phrase it. But yeah, okay. I personally love Final Frontier just because it's so awful that it's badly written, it's badly acted, badly paced, and like the resolution to the whole thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know why Spock's brother decided to kill himself. It didn't seem to be even remotely necessary. But that's what I like about it. It's just bad, unrepentantly bad. Well, I mean, to be fair, Dirty Garden Dragon, most people voted with the majority because that's how it works. So, yes, I do enjoy bad things, and it's because I'm evil. I enjoy awful things. One of my favorite movies is what do you call it? Birdemic, Shock and Terror. I think is my favorite movie. I think it was filmed on a negative budget. I think people like paid them to go away when they started filming. They're like, please just stop. Yeah, it was really bad. I can't even be mad at the jokes that Brian is making because those are like right up my alley, the kind of jokes I'd make. So, yeah. Oh, I mean, if you're not a big fan of them, then by all means enjoy what you enjoy. If you don't enjoy watching Star Trek movies, I understand. I mean, these are like kind of by definition the 5 out of the first 10 that are kind of like not very good, because that's what we put in the bottom. Except for one, we left one off because it's just definitely the worst.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did that.
It's just so bad. It's amazingly bad.
Yeah, that one, the motion picture is the one that I would say like I was amused by how bad it was.
Oh, when I said we left one off, I meant we left the first one off, motion picture. Yeah, it's just no one watches that and go, that's my favorite Star Trek movie. I can't even stand it, and I like awful movies, and that's the one that I'm like, no, thank you. Oh God, and of course the captain of the Enterprise in the beginning of that movie is played by someone who ended up like turning out to be a child molester. Like that's like Jesus. Oh, I'm getting a lot of random noise from your side. I think I'm not sure why.
Oh, I don't know. Unless I'm breathing on the mic.
Oh no, it sounded like extra noise. Oh, is your door open? I think it might be.
No.
Okay.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh yeah, the noise gate I think is clearing it out and making sure it doesn't show up. But I'm just hearing it, and I didn't want it to get bad enough to where it would show up. Atomic Elbow, I rate Galaxy Quest better than all of these, so I guess I voted which one I think was the best of these. Yeah, that's kind of what we were going for. Like, I didn't want to include anything that was like definitely better than Galaxy Quest. I only want to include things that might be worse. So I think that's probably what everyone like voted for, was like the best out of the 5, because no one thinks that any of them were like better. So I mean, that means probably pretty consistent. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think it is. I think Mumble, the software using for transferring voice data, is probably like increasing the gain to try to pick up noise.
Oh.
And then when you talk, it goes, "Oh, let me bring that back down." So it's probably fine.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it's a problem. It just like explains what was going on.
Gotcha.
So anyway, so back to Prodigy. They figure out, that he's going to like screw him over when they show up. So they decide, here's what we're going to do. We're going to plan ahead for him screwing us over, and steal the warp drive, or the proto warp drive, out of it, out of the ship before we hand it over to him. And of course, he double crosses them immediately. Like, he doesn't even like try to pretend like he's not going to. They just show up and he's like, "Yeah, I'm double crossing you. Like, I know you still have the ship currently, but I'm still going to do it immediately." And like, "Well, you're going to let us survive?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to kill you immediately. Like, that would like violate the whole purpose of this agreement." And they're like, "Okay, cool. So, okay, you can have the ship, and then we'll stay here and we'll survive, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, you'll survive." Gets on the ship, immediately kills them, all of them, and they're like, "Oh no, what a thing that he would do. Like, we're astonished." So after that, they unveiled their plan that they had stolen the warp drive out of the machine, or out of the ship, and then he finds out they have the warp drive, and now they're getting ready to rescue everyone, and then end the episode because it's a two-parter. So that was the latest episode of Prodigy, and it's a little bit happy about the way they've set things up for Rock specifically.
In what way?
Well, they had Rock like isolated from everyone else for an undisclosed amount of time that I get the feeling was on the order of years.
Yeah, it made it sound that way. Yeah.
Because, I mean, we're talking about someone who is ostensibly like a 6 or 7-year-old kid who now understands like warp theory and how to reprogram a hollow matrix. Like,
Right.
that kid was not only left alone long enough to learn that, but long enough to mature enough to be able to learn that. So they've now got basically someone who is well studied in the principles of warp theory and hollow matrix programming, and that's an interesting environment. Like, they've set it up so this character is actually going to be technically capable and able to like contribute significantly to the technical capabilities of the crew. And I think that fixed some of the issues they had with that character, which was previously that this was just a large, emotionally immature person who was going to be more of a drain somewhat on the rest of the crew. Which I kind of wish they'd gone the route of like giving that character like more of a strength rather than growing them, to show that like maybe you're still useful whether or not you take the time to grow yourself. But on the other hand, it also means like, hey, you need to learn how to grow in order to be able to fulfill like the purpose you choose to have. It's a bit of a complex thing.
Yeah.
With the Prodigy characters appear in Discovery as animated characters like in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That would be amazing.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Except for the fact that they're in very different timelines now.
Yeah. Prodigy, I think, takes place in the 2380s or so. So it actually takes place around the same time as Lower Decks, actually.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be interesting.
Crossover.
Yeah, they're both animated, and I could see them animating the same characters in a different format. Although I don't think you could put the Lower Decks characters into Prodigy, but you could put the Prodigy characters into Lower Decks.
Yes.
It just, yeah, it would have to be a crossover in only the bringing Prodigy over into Lower Decks way. I don't think you could bring I don't think you bring Lower Decks into the Prodigy episode, or the Prodigy episodes, because like just the characters would not fit very well. Especially considering like the one notorious episode they had where like Boimler is like spread eagle with the with it blacked out so that it'll get past the sensors. Like I don't think that'll fly on Nickelodeon.
No, definitely not. That was hilarious, though.
Lower Decks is more comedy. It is, as far as I can tell, still fully canon. You just think of it more as a slightly exaggerated rendition of what happened than like necessarily exactly on there because like obviously um, the storytelling is going to be a little bit different because it's comedic. So it's more of an editing choice kind of difference rather than a did it happen, did it not happen kind of difference in my view. So Star Trek should have crossed over into the Robert Heinlein universe. I've actually never read Heinlein. I've always meant to, but I've never actually taken the time to go and read it. So, but I should. Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say I don't know what that is.
Just an
I have to
author,
look.
sci-fi author.
Ah, to look it up.
It's funny that you and I both never got into Robert Heinlein.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look and see what I can get a hold of and read through. How many works does he have? Let's take a look. Okay, there's a fair amount. 32 books, 59 short stories, and 16 collections. Okay. So, a few months of reading, but does he write Star Trek? As far as I know, I don't think Heinlein has ever written for Star Trek. Um, and
Yeah, I
looking,
don't see any.
definitely would not have been able to write. Let's see here. Would not have been able to write for Next Generation. So you'd only because he died in '88, so he would have had to have written it like on his deathbed, basically, if he was writing for Star Trek Next Generation. Starship Troopers does not do Heinlein justice. I mean, one of the issues I kind of have with Starship Troopers is the movie itself is, to my understanding, and I have not actually read the book. The movie itself is a parody and mockery of fascism, but a lot of people who have read the book have told me that they didn't like the fact that it mocked it. But I don't know how true that is, and I definitely need to go read that. But it could also be that like the people who were complaining about that like did not get the fact that it was a satire. Um, let me see. Yeah, a lot of people have like described the quote unquote utopia in the book as a fascist state. So I'll have to read it and get back to you. But yeah, because I don't know that much. So it's definitely one of my things I'm going to have to read and understand about the book to be able to provide my own interpretation, etc. Barbara, are you still there?
Oh, yep, I am.
Okay. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't hearing any noise over the mic. So I wanted to make absolutely certain that something didn't break on us.
I was just thinking, like, I have such a long list of books to read. Like, I can't even commit to adding any
Yeah.
Robert Heinlein books to.
Imagine reading and researching before you have an opinion. It's so boring. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I should just take a stance and then like double down on it, and then after I read the book and see I'm wrong, double down on it again. That's definitely the best thing I should do. But yeah, that I just wanted to share that opinion that other people have had rather than express it was mine and hedge it because I can't give you a proper opinion on it. Netflix of book reading lists. Yeah, I my thing is I don't like keep a list of what I want to watch, or read. I just like know whether or not I want to watch something, and then when I come across it, and if I feel like reading it at that time or watching it at that time, then I watch it. Uh, yeah,
That's kind of how I am too. Like
yeah,
I have a vague list of things I want to watch and read, and just randomly commit to it.
yeah. See how long Starship Troopers the book is. $263 pages in the paperback edition. Let's see if it's on Audible. It's also possible I've already added it to Audible and I've forgotten that I've done that because I have a truly colossal book collection on. Yeah, I already have Starship Troopers on Audible. I have like somewhere around 300 books on Audible. I forget.
Wow.
I've had it for probably 15 or 20 years and like always gotten one or two books a month for that long. So,
That'll do it.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
recently started borrowing audiobooks from the library and listening to them that way.
Do you borrow like over the web or like how do you borrow it?
Um, through the New York Public Library app
So how do you listen to it?
on their app. So
Oh, okay.
um, but yeah, I just finished listening to Kate Mulgrew's first memoir, Born with Teeth.
Oh, I think I
That was
have that. I don't think I've listened to it yet. Yeah.
It's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Apparently, there is a autobiography of Catherine Janeway,
I
uh,
did hear about that. Yeah.
narrated by Kate Mulgrew, but written by Una McCormick, who I'm not familiar with. I'm going to guess that they've written some Star Trek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a pretty prolific, more recent Star Trek writer.
gotcha. And apparently, a fair amount of. Let's see here. LGBTQ fiction as well.
Hmm, nice.
Like it, I'm looking at the covers of this, and it is homoerotic. Does not begin to describe the covers.
Oh, okay.
Like they're not explicit, but so the title of one of them here is Tight End, and it's got a man wearing like football equipment in the process of disrobing. So yeah, that's a little blatant. Atomic Elbow asked, which book was it that you liked?
Born with Teeth.
Oh yeah.
It's her first of her two memoirs.
Now, what is the difference between a memoir and autobiography?
Somebody told me the difference a while back, and I can't remember now.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, this is. Hold on, let me see if I can share my screen so everyone can see what I'm seeing here in terms of just the blatant stuff. Hold on. Display capture, yes. Wrong screen. Where's... Trying to look at... How do I modify the transform here? Okay, size 200. What is this even... Come on. Okay, fine. I'll do it the other way.
Oh, Una McCormick also wrote the autobiography of Mr. Spock. I'm gonna have to add that to my list as well. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's about right. Dang it. Okay. Let me just shrink this down so it's the right size. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right, everyone should be able to see what I'm looking at now. So this is a selection of Una McCormick's books. Like, you can't look at this title. The Out and Proud NFL tight end Tad Rourke, Jesus, had success, money, and fame, just about everything except a good reputation. After being outed by the media as a promiscuous cheat, sponsors dropping left and right. To make matters worse, he's been targeted as the next victim of anti-gay celebrity killer. Jesus. I'm not sure where the hell this is going, because this is like a mix of like romance movie and like crime drama. That's an interesting... Okay.
That is a definitely interesting mix.
Okay, some of these are... Okay, these are Devin... Oh, wait. Okay, I look for Una McCormick, and it is including other authors. That's not cool.
Oh.
Okay. So I clicked Una McCormick, and like it decided to like not search that way. How did I click on this originally? Oh, I think I put in Una McCormick, and it was like, oh yeah, let me include other people, even though this is obviously the name of an author. Okay, so that was Devin McCormick, not Una McCormick. Those are different people. Okay, but Una McCormick has got some Doctor Who stuff, some longer stuff for the 11th Doctor, some for 13, some Discovery, some Deep Space Nine, some Picard, some more Picard, and one random Firefly, which, okay, cool.
That is random.
Yep.
Here, I'll type in here.
So yeah, but apparently Devin McCormick is a very prolific LGBTQ romance / murder mystery author. Which, yeah, that's
cool.
There's a lot of that. Which, more power to him. Like, it's
I was just gonna say, if that's a niche that people enjoy, cool.
Yeah, it's just an interesting. It's like, really, that's a niche, I guess. It's like learning that, like, it's anything that's Rule 34. Anything that, it's like, there's porn of that. Oh, there's always porn of that. It does not matter what that is. Quantum entanglement, guarantee you, there's porn of it. not gonna like look it up because like that'll get us in trouble.
Yeah, don't do that.
But yeah. Um, but yeah, that's Devin McCormick, not Una McCormick. Okay. Drop that. So yeah, I think I like Carmack wrote The Road. Thank you, Ruffle Iron. Quantum entanglement is basically twin porn, but on a really small scale. Yeah, fair. That's accurate. I guess. Oy. So, one thing I was thinking about doing for next week is rewatching Reunification 1, 2, and 3. Because now we've got all of them. And looking to see what that looks like, from Spock's expectations to how, like, trying to like figure out exactly what Spock's expectations were for the reunification of Vulcan and Romulus, and seeing what that looks like overall when compared to it. Because like we've obviously seen what Navarre looks like, but I'm interested to see like what were Spock's stated expectations and such. So I think that would be a interesting thing to review for next week.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I haven't watched them in close enough proximity to, put anything together. So that would be good.
Or unification. I'm sorry, I was saying reunification. Unification
Oh.
1, 2, and 3.
Yes. I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Someone needs to update the Wikipedia page, because Wikipedia page calls Unification a 2-part episode. Technically speaking, it's now 3 parts.
Yes.
Just on different series. And hold on, what year was that originally released? Yeah, 30 years apart.
Yep.
No one here needs to watch Unification 1, 2, and 3. If you want to have a heads up to what we're going to be talking about, that would be useful. But I think what I'm going to do is read a short description of the events of all 3 episodes at the beginning of the stream, so that if anyone is coming in going, I don't remember these episodes or something, or you didn't have a chance to rewatch them, you'll have an idea as to what is happening in them, and we'll give you like necessary context for anything that we mention. So yeah, it won't be necessary, but it will be. We'll try to make sure that you're aware of the information before we start. There was also something I was thinking about in terms of having Danny watch an episode of Star Trek, but I'm trying to remember what episode it was. The Bell Rise episodes.
Oh,
Past tense.
yeah. Yes.
Past tense 1 and 2. That's right. Past tense. That's the name of it.
That sounds right.
Let me sure. Yeah, 2-part episode of season 3. Yeah, because like we're coming up on 2024 pretty soon here, which is supposed to. Let's see here. Do we know the exact date? I mean, we know it's in the. Okay, 9/04/2024. So that puts us in September 4th, 2024.
Okay.
So yeah, that is. Do we have a channel on BLG's Discord? Let me check. And let's see here. Battles. I could have sworn we did, but I don't see it. But I just made one. So it's in there under Blue Lizard's Guts. It's just called Star Trek. So there you go. All set up. So yeah, I think that we'll probably aim to do the Unification review next week, and probably do past tense the week after that, depending on whether or not I can either trick Danny into watching it or just convince her to watch it. It just depends how willing she is, whether or not I have to actually trick her into it or not. But
That is fair.
We'll get it done. Don't worry. But it may be another week after that, depending on how opposed she is to it. I really hope she's not like listening into this and hearing us plot. He said, 10 feet away from her. It's like she can hear me, even if she's not on the stream, she can hear me from the living room.
Right.
Whether or not she's paying attention is another matter.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking we should probably do for the next 2 episodes. That'll give us a lot more to like focus on and actually like specifically talk about, rather than just like ADHDing everywhere.
That sounds good. A little more direction.
Yeah. Then probably after past tense, I'm thinking we should probably do bar association.
Ooh, yeah.
Like those will be like I want to have like three episodes planned out ahead, and then like which one is we're going to do next stream. We're not planning that part out. Just like one of these 3 things will be that.
Right.
We just got a thing object happen. Oh, thank you, Dirty Garden Dragon. Like that was weird. It showed up for a split second on the stream as a like cheer thing, and then instantly disappeared. I'm not sure why that happened. Oh, you're very welcome, Atomic Elbow. I think we're going to like. I'm not sure if we're going to tidy up now, but we do have the stream or the watch party happening on the Discord in about an hour. Brybar, I don't know if you want to combine them. I'm not sure how to do that. A little bit more direction like that happening on this channel is going to be a miracle.
Like I said, a little.
A little, yeah. Any direction at all. Like the amount of direction that Danny has of like even having a title in the first place is truly astounding. And the fact that we're going to attempt to do better than just having a title for it, but actually having a subject is definitely an amazing attempt. And we'll have to see how well it works. It's not going to work well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Danny's okay. She's fine, I guess. If only she'd like pay attention and watch the streams that I do, it would be a lot better.
I was gonna say I did have Danny watch a episode of Next Gen. I think it was pretty soon after she moved to New York, and the idea was that she wanted to do like her reactions to watching Next Gen for the first time.
Do you remember what episode it was?
We started with Encounter at Farpoint.
Oh, that's an interesting one to start. Oh, come here, Smeagers. Come here. Don't bark. Come here.
Go say hi.
Come here. Come here.
Good girl. Face dog. Good girl. I'm okay.
Smeagol's up on DS9 now.
She's very confused. I'm okay.
Reaction stream. We tried doing a reaction stream before. One of the issues we have with a reaction stream is we can't really stream the actual episode itself because copyright issues. And if we try to have everyone watch along with us, then what ends up happening is if we try to have everyone watch along with us, what ends up happening is that everyone's watching that and not the actual stream, and then it looks like no one's watching the stream, and then Twitch says, yeah, you don't have anyone watching your stream, so don't do that anymore. And yeah, Smeagol's having fun.
That's why movie night is on Discord.
What's that?
That's why movie night is on Discord.
Yeah, that's why we have movie night on Discord. We might do a reaction stream to Star Trek episode on there. We could do that on a Saturday or a Sunday night instead of doing a movie stream if we don't have a movie lined up. But yeah, so we do have ways of doing that. We just can't do it like on Twitch because we're trying not to piss off the copyright gods.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah. So, but that being said, since I need to take some time ahead of the 9 o'clock movie watching party to make sure everything's set up, etc., I'm going to send everyone over somewhere that. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna make sure Danny's in here so she can like chat in there. Yeah, in an hour. We have ways of doing this. That work? I mean, copyright, like the way copyright's handled today sucks, but the concept itself fundamentally isn't inherently bad. It's just that the way it's handled and the way things are done causes a lot of problems. But yeah, like the idea of like, yeah, if you make something, no one else can use it for a while. Like that's not bad. It's just
That's valid.
Yeah, the problem is the way it's used for other things, etc., and the way it's used to prevent creation is really the issue. Okay, yeah, I'll send everyone over to Transgirl and definitely enjoy time on there. And just be a heads up that we're going to have our stream in about an hour because that's not going to be on Twitch. There'll be no VOD. So if you're able to make it, definitely join us. If not, we'll see you on Tuesday. Let me set up the
Sounds
raid.
good. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Yep, thank you all. Hope you have a great rest of your evening, and see you on the stream or on the movie stream, or on Tuesday or whenever, and on Discord. Yeah, let me send the Discord link so everyone can do that. Oh, I sent it to the wrong thing. Hold on, I need to send it here. Okay, that's fine. All right. Yep. Ready to raid now. So see everyone Tuesday or on the movie stream in an hour or whenever. Hope you all have a good rest of your evening. Bye.
Bye, everyone.